Hello everyone, Adam here, and today I'm going to provide a step-by-step guide of how to ensure everyone lives during the events of Mass Effect 2's suicide mission. This includes loyalty missions, ship upgrades, the unseen timers, and finally team composition. So let's get right into it. The first is Team Loyalty. Every member of your team has a loyalty mission that unlocks after the events of Mission Horizon. The two exceptions being the DLC characters Kasumi Goto and Saeed Masani, which unlock immediately after recruiting them. Most require you to just complete the missions, but there are a few that require specific requirements and a aftermath confrontation that could lead to one of your allies losing trust in Shepard unless you have enough Paragon or Renegade score. Fortunately, BioWare has adjusted these requirements for the Legendary Edition, so Jack vs. Miranda and Tali vs. Legion don't require near-perfect Renegade or Paragon scores in order to obtain these options. I'll also be touching on the best options to gain the best war assets in Mass Effect 3 based on the choices provided in Mass Effect 2. So let's start with the easiest loyalty missions. Jacob is the first loyalty mission you'll pick up, most likely. His mission is simply for you to find his father. Complete the mission regardless if you choose to have his father imprisoned or left at the mercy of the hunters, you will gain Jacob's loyalty. Miranda is similar to Jacob. Simply completing the mission and rescuing Miranda's sister Oriana will gain Miranda's loyalty. You don't have to encourage her to speak to Oriana, but this will make it easier to keep Miranda alive in Mass Effect 3. Miranda will be a valuable war asset if she survives, so it's highly recommended that you have her talk to Oriana. Once you complete Kasumi's loyalty, you have the option to keep or destroy the gray box. Either option will gain Kasumi's loyalty, and she'll appear in Mass Effect 3 as an asset if you complete her optional mission. Grunt is, again, another easy mission. Simply complete the rite, and Grunt will be loyal to you. Morton's mission also requires you to simply complete his loyalty mission. However, if you complete it in certain ways, it will determine what happens in Mass Effect 3. If you kill Malin, as far as I can tell, Morton just becomes more cold and distant. However, if you destroy the data that Malin's been working on, it will result in Eve's death in Mass Effect 3 when Morton creates the cure to the genophage. If you want to play your cards right and keep Morton alive in Mass Effect 3, you have to kill Wrex in Mass Effect 1, destroy the data in Mass Effect 2, which will lead to Eve's death, and then finally convince Morton to join the Crucible project due to Weave's dominance over the Krogan race and wishing for nothing but galactic war. However, if Wrex is alive, he will learn of this deception and pull Krogan support from the war, leading to you losing huge amounts of war assets. So if you want to maximize war assets, keep Wrex alive, don't kill Malin, and ensure you keep the data. The only way to fail this loyalty mission is to have Sidonis get away. Whether you choose Garrus to kill him or convince him to let him go, you'll gain either Paragon or Renegade points. It's a huge amount of these points, so it will definitely be to your benefit if you want to decide to be Paragon or Renegade. Now let's get to the more complex loyalty missions that require over 80% Paragon or Renegade. Saeed's mission requires you to kill Vito to gain his loyalty, which is what Renegade players will likely do. However, if you're Paragon and you have over 80% Paragon, you can still earn Saeed's loyalty by appealing to his camaraderie after Vito escapes, gaining Saeed's loyalty, and eventually as an asset in Mass Effect 3. Samara's loyalty mission is unique that you don't fight in this mission. Instead, it plays out as a detective story. You must gain her daughter Morlit's favor, and when inside her apartment, Samara will appear and kill her. A detailed walkthrough is available below if you need help. You can choose Morlith in this situation if you have enough Paragon or Renegade points to not get tranced by Morlith's spell, and you can instantly gain her loyalty if you choose to have her recruited into the mission, taking the place of Samara, but resulting in Samara's death. But this is also devastating in Mass Effect 3. You see, in Mass Effect 3, you can gain Samara as a war asset. If you do not have her, instead you will learn that Morlith has abandoned you and instead gets converted into a Banshee, which you will fight in the final mission of the game. To gain Thane's loyalty, you simply have to make sure his son doesn't complete his assassination. During the first interrogation with the mob boss, if you don't have enough renegade points, simply choose the renegade QuickTime option 3 times to get him to talk. This will trigger the next situation where you follow a Turian politician. Simply do not lose him, and eventually Thane will encounter his son, and then you will gain Thane's loyalty.
They aren't something I can fix with a few words. We'll keep talking, see what happens.
Your boy shot some people. No one
Screw you. You've got no idea what
After completing Jack's loyalty mission, she'll confront Miranda in her office. This requires an 80% Paragon or Renegade score to resolve where both are loyal. However, if the score is lacking, you can return to either Jack or Miranda to resolve the situation once you gain enough points. So if you sided with Miranda, simply go to Miranda and speak to her in order to resolve the situation, or if you chose Jack in order to suffer the situation, just go to her and then speak to her with enough Paragon or Renegade score in order to resolve the whole problem. There are multiple ways to complete Tali's mission. To lose her loyalty, you have to reveal her father's involvement in reactivating the Geth. Choosing exile is actually the best option. However, if you have enough Paragon or Renegade points, you can call out the Quarian admirals on using Tali's trial for their own agenda on the war against the Geth. The other option is to rally the crowd. If you gave Vitor to the Quarians and Kalriga survived Tali's recruitment mission, the admirals will agree not to exile Tali. Legion will be the final loyalty mission you should do. Choosing to destroy or rewrite the heretics does not matter. It is the confrontation between Tali and Legion during the aftershock that matters. The only way to ensure loyalty of both is to have either an 80% Paragon or Renegade score to ensure that you can gain both loyalty.
Thank you, Legion. I understand your intention. What if I gave you some non-classified data to send?
We would be grateful.
Okay, with all the loyalty missions resolved, the next requirements are the ship upgrades. Each playable character will provide opinions on how to improve the ship or themselves by speaking to them and choosing the investigate option. Once spoken, the upgrades will appear in the upgrade terminal in the lab. Each one requires resources obtained through the planet mining minigame. The 3 upgrades you'll need are the heavy ship armor from Jacob, multi-core shielding from Tali, and the Thanax cannon from Garrus. The other upgrades are not necessary, but they provide other advantages such as ability to travel further, more probes, or better combat abilities with Mordin and Jack. After completing the Reaper IFF, you'll gain access to Legion, or if you want to, you can sell them depending on your choices. Regardless, the next mission you complete will be the last mission before triggering the final act. The squad will take the shuttle, and you'll trigger the scene where the collectors disable and board the Normandy. After this, the only way to rescue your crew from the collectors is to immediately head through the Omega 4 relay to save them. If you haven't gotten any of the upgrades for the ship, you can go to the laboratory where Morton is housed, click on the research terminal, and simply upgrade your ship. As for loyalty, I already provided a detailed explanation of what you should have done in what order. Taking on one mission will mean that half your crew will die, and taking on 3 or more missions will result in everyone dying. You finally made it to the collector's base. Everyone is alive, and now you're ready to take down the collectors. So now let's discuss disloyal allies, and you can save them, but it does come down to preparation and a lot of luck. First, do not select them in critical roles, and do not bring them in the final fight against the final boss. Now this does not guarantee they'll survive, but it will increase their survivability. The first section has 2 parts. Someone to go into the vents and hack into the system to let everyone else in, while another group distracts the collectors. Despite Jacob volunteering for the vent portion, do not select him, he will die. Your choices are Tali, Legion, or Kasumi. For the distraction, you can choose Garrus, Jacob, or Miranda. As for your squad, you can pick anyone. Again, pick loyal teammates in order to ensure everyone survives in this situation. If they are unloyal, the person you chose will die.
I won't let you down.
The rest of us will break into 2 teams and fight down each passage. That should draw the Collector's attention away from what you're doing.
I'll lead the second fire team, Shepard. We'll meet up with you on the other side of the doors.
Not so fast, cheerleader. Nobody wants to take orders from you.
This isn't a popularity contest. Lives are at stake. Shepard, you need someone who can command loyalty through experience.
Garrus, you're in charge of the second team.
Well, at least he knows what he's doing.
If you left right after the Collectors took your crew, you'll be able to save them but witness the death of Lilith, who we all saw was on horizon with either Caden or Ashley depending on who's alive. With your crew alive, you have 3 new choices to make. The first being crossing a Seeker Swarm infested area. This area requires a powerful biotic to shield the crew who will go into this area. You can choose either Samara or Morlith depending on who you chose during that mission, or Jack for this. If anyone else is chosen, your squad will die as the barrier fails in the final stretch. For the distraction group, you can choose Miranda, Jacob, or Garrus. Lastly is your crew. You can send anyone for this, but it's ideal to send Morton given you don't need his skills for the final part, and for another reason we'll get into. If the person you send back is not loyal, the crew will survive but the person will die, and if no one is sent back, everyone will die in the crew. The final part of the mission is where a lot of people will mess up. This is because there is a hidden score system that the game doesn't tell you about. Shepard will go on to fight the final boss while the rest of the crew hold the line and cover their escape. Each member has a specific score that I will showcase on the screen right now, with combat skills such as Zaid, Garrus, and Grunt having the highest score. It's recommended that you take the lowest score allies with Shepard, such as Legion, Tali, Jack, Morton, or Kasumi. Jacob and Miranda have unique dialogue for the final encounter, but it's up to you whether you want to pick them. You have to make sure that the score adds up to 11 to ensure everyone survives. If the score drops below that, then people will start to drop. I'm not sure what the exact points are, but the squad mate that dies is always random. So you want to keep that score above 11. You will have 9 crewmates in the final mission. 2 are taken with Shepard, and 1 was taken to help the crewmate if you decide to save the crew during that situation. If you achieve the score of 11, everyone will live, and the sequence will play out as normal. Regardless, this is how you make sure everyone survives during the suicide mission of Mass Effect 2. So if this video helped you out in any way, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and check out the rest of my Mass Effect content, and I'll see you all next time. Stay awesome, everyone.